Hi everyone, my name is Imtiaz Ahmed. Today I'm going to explain how to install FTP Server on a Linux computer. In this video I have selected Fedora operating system and I'll use the command line interface to install the FTP Server and to configure the FTP Server. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. The purpose of using FTP Server is to allow the remote users to download and upload files from your computer. FTP uses port 21, so you have to make sure that in firewall you enable the port 21 for FTP. Vsftpd is a software which we will use in a Linux operating system. It is a FTP server. Vsftpd stands for Very Secure FTP Daemon. It's a background process that runs in a background as a service. If you want to check the program is installed on your computer or not, you have to type RPM. RPM stands for Red Hat Package Manager. -Q stands for question or query. I'm asking a query for the software name Vsftpd. So let's try this command over here in the terminal. RPM -Q Vsftpd. When I press enter, it's telling me the package Vsftpd is not installed. To install the software, I have to type the command yum install Vsftpd. But be sure that you are connected to the network and you are root. As a normal user, you are not allowed to install any of the software. First of all, I'm making two mistakes. I'm not connected to the network and I'm a normal user. When as a normal user, I press enter, you got an error message that you have to be root to perform this command. So instead of switching back and forward, I will open another tab. In this tab, I'll switch as root. Just to be sure, I'll do one thing. I'll say here, this is the root terminal. Okay, so I'll be sure this is normal user. Okay, I have two tabs now, normal user and root. So the command, what is the command? Let me see the command again. It is yum install Vsftpd. We have solved one problem, that you have shifted to root to perform this operation or this command. Now as a root terminal, I'll type the command yum install Vsftpd. As you can see, I'm not connected to internet, so I will get an error message. Let's see what is the error message. Okay, it is giving you this is the dependencies and total download size is 345 KB when it is installed and download is 156 KB. I will say yes, enter. Now you have noticed that there are a lot of errors because I'm not connected to internet. No more mirrors to try. Error downloading the package. The solution is simple. You just click here, connect to the network. As you can see that I'm connected to the network. I obtained an IP address from a DHCP server. My DNS server is there. I'm able to connect to the internet. So let's try the same command one more time. As you can see that this time the transaction completed successfully. The software is installed and installation is complete. The version which is downloaded from the internet is 2.3.4-1 for the Fedora Core 14. Let's check again. Previously I have checked using RPM -Q. I'll try the same command RPM -Q Vsftpd. The software is now installed. If you notice, it is giving me the installed software version. Previously it says the package is not installed. Here, package not installed. As a normal user also you can check. You're not making any changes, you're just asking. So notice now it is telling you the software is installed. Previously it says the package is not installed. Alright, return back. I want to check if it is installed. Can I access it? Okay, you don't have to be root. As a normal user you can connect. Simply type FTP and IP address of your local computer. For example, I don't know what is my IP address. I'll simply say 127.0.0.1. I'm connecting to loopback adapter. Connection is diffused. Alright. Another thing is, first of all, I'm not able to connect. The reason because the service is not started. But another thing is, now you are in this program FTP. If I type anything like clear, it will say invalid command, because there are certain commands that you can execute in a FTP program, not everything. What are those commands? You can check using question mark. You type question mark, you will get the help. How can I close? How can I go out of this program? You simply type bye. You can type bye, you can type exit, you can type close. I'll use bye. And I'm back to the command prompt. If you notice, I'm back to the command prompt. I have to start the service. How can I start the service? Okay. This command, service command, I can use to check that the software is running, the service is running, or it's stopped. Let's try service Vsftpd status. I got a reply that the service is stopped. If it is stopped, you will get the error message that you are not able to connect. Connection refused. This is one of the reason that you are not connected. How can I start the service? It's very simple. To start the service, you type service vsftpd start. Let's try the same command by changing status to start. As you have noticed, a green color OK, giving me a confirmation that the service is started. Let's try again the same command again. FTP 127.0.0.1. Alright, this time I'm connected to the local computer. It is asking the username. By default, the username is anonymous, like public user. There is no password for anonymous user. I'm successfully connected to the local computer, and I can use the command ls to see the list of the current directory. I will say ls. I can see there is a directory named pub. How do I know it's a directory? Because of permission string, it says d. To go inside this directory, I'll say cd pub. Directory change is successful. I can type again ls. There is no file inside. I'll check present working directory. It is /pub. Now if I try to create a directory over here, mkdir mtias, you don't have permission because you're a public, you're a normal user. As a normal user, as a public user, you're not allowed to create any files or upload anything. Okay. Now FTP directory, when you install FTP server, there is a directory named var FTP. This directory contains the file served by vsftpd. Let's go and check here. What do I have here? cd/var/ftp ls. Do I have anything at here? I don't have anything. Simply a pub directory. cd pub ls. I don't have anything. Just create some files. Let's say touch my file.txt. I created one file. Let's go back and see over here ls. Did you notice there is a file name? My file is created, size is 0 byte. There is nothing inside. Let me create another file. I will not use touch. I'll say nano imtiaz.txt. Hi imtiaz. This is a text file. And I'll simply save, close and exit. As you can see, I have now another file named my file and imtiaz.txt, size 35 byte. Come back at here and check. ls. I'm as a normal user connected to the FTP server. You notice that here I am connected to FTP server. Can you see the file over here, imtiaz.txt? That's great. How can I close? You'll just type py and you are back. Notice it says goodbye. Okay, that's it. Another thing I'll just tell you, I told you that the companies, they also put their, I might have not told you, but the companies, they use the FTP server to keep the files that you can access. So all the browsers, they also support HTTP as well as FTP. So I'm just changing the HTTP to FTP, and I will type the local address of my local computer 127.0.0.1, and I'm connecting to myself. If you notice, it does not ask any username, no password, just using the anonymous user it is connected, and I can see a directory named pub. I'll go inside, there is imtiaz.txt and my file.txt. I'll click on imtiaz.txt. If you notice, I'm using the web browser. So your web browser can also act as a FTP client. Now the last part, if I want to connect it from another computer, for example, if I'm connecting it from the Windows, so let's see I'm using Windows. This is my Windows command prompt. So I'll use the same commands that I've used over there. So if you notice, I'll type the same command, but the IP address this time, this is my local computer IP address. I'm not connecting local computer, I'm connecting Linux machine. So what is my Linux machine IP address? 192.168.5.7. I'll type it here, FTP, but before that I'll check I'm able to connect it or no. Ping 192.168.5.7. Yes, I'm able to connect to this computer. That's great. Let's try FTP 192.168.5.7. If you notice, I'm unable to connect. The computer is waiting and keep on waiting because server is running, but my firewall is blocking the connection. So I have to go to the firewall, I have to enable the FTP. If I don't enable, if you notice, connection timeout, and you remember how to close it, you just type bye to go out of it. Now this time you come here, enable FTP working on port 21, apply, yes, and close the firewall. This time try again, and you are connected to your remote FTP server. Notice your FTP server on the Linux, and I'm connecting it from Windows. The username is anonymous, there is no password. Login is successful. If you compare both of them, FTP 127.0.0.1, here I'm using the IP address of the Linux machine. I'm connected to this machine. My name, the username I used anonymous, there is no password, I'm connected. So if I'll open cdpub, sorry, the spellings are incorrect, cdpub, I'm changed to pub directory. If I'll say present working directory, I'm in the pub. And how can I close it? Simply say bye, it's closed. Now I'll just show you connecting it from the Google browser. I'm using Google Chrome and Windows. I just type the same thing, FTP : / 192.168.5.7, and this 192.168.5.7 is the IP address of my Linux machine. 192.168.5.7. I have clicked on pub, and then now you can see there is a file named imtiaz.txt, and here I'm accessing it from the Windows machine. This concludes my lesson, for the first lesson for FTP server. Before I'll close, let me just show you how to remove it, how to stop the service. Let me go back at here. Okay, to remove the software I can type the command yum remove vsftpd, and also to stop the service I have to type the command name vsftpd stop. You don't have to remove it, but just I'm teaching you the method. If you wish to remove, simply type yum remove vsftpd. It will automatically stop the service. It will automatically remove the software. If you say yes, the software will be removed. Software is removed. If I'll go back here and try to connect it from the Windows, where is my command prompt? I'll try the same command again. You'll not be able to connect because connection refused. There is no FTP server running. Let me try from the local machine. FTP 127.0.0.1, connection refused. There is no service or server installed. Thank you so much for watching the video.